What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is a little bit of a different video. As you can see, we have Sam,
Hello.
and I'm in the comfy blue couch. We just wanted to come on and talk about why we started to do this podcast in the first place.
hmm
Um, yeah, would you want to talk about it first, or?
Yeah. So, this podcast was always something that I think we both kind of aspired to do at a certain time. Jake came to me with the intentions of wanting to do a podcast for the purpose of, talking about the gospel and sharing it for like non-believers and believers and to have like some content that people could like come to every week and just, you know, bring on guests and just talk about people's testimonies for people to relate and to ultimately sow seeds into people. Um, we had a conversation uh, where it came up, and I was super excited about it because at the time, um, I was looking into doing a podcast studio of my own where I would just like have people come and rent the space and stuff. And I thought that this idea was like such a perfect like thing to mesh our ambitions for it. Um, so yeah, so then
Yeah, and I guess my heart was just, um, I've been off social media for a while. I I tell people about Jesus on my day to day, and and I figured like I've had an idea in my head like maybe I should do a YouTube channel and stuff. Maybe that would be neat. Um, and then have had that desire given by God as well. Like, oh Jake, you should. But I didn't know how to edit, and I was
but you
honestly
still wanted to do something about
I
it,
still
right?
wanted
So
to, but I was pretty lazy. And then through talking with
so now
Sam,
I do all the hard work.
yeah, Sam does all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hard
Nah,
work.
just
It
joking.
depends how you gauge it. But no, Sam's really talented on the editing portion,
Thanks, man.
um, and I'm grateful to be able to host the
And
podcast.
Jake
And
is a great speaker. You know, when
well,
we
thank
started
you,
this,
man.
I can't lie. The first thing that I hesitated was, how was Jake on the camera? I think you do a really good job, man.
Thanks. Yeah,
Seriously, you do an
I'm
amazing
learning to
job.
like be able to know that I have a bunch of little friends in that lens of that little black box on the
Isn't that a weird
tripod.
thing to get used to, though?
It is.
I've never really been able to fully be like, yo, I'm looking at this lens and I'm
But I
talking
know
to.
there's people there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's going on, guys?
To bounce out quickly out of the conversation, I wanted to just show you guys, and I took a photo earlier, so it'll pop up now of this little Jesus figure that it was
Little
a gift from
Jesus.
Jake today. He came over and he was like, "Yo, I got you something." So thank you. Love
It's
it.
a little
Thank
evangelism
you.
Jesus. So, comes in a pack of a bunch and you can like put them in places and like or give them to people and stuff. It's just like another neat way to I don't know,
I love it. It
make him
feels
known.
it feels really cool too. It's like
Yeah, it's
rubbery.
nice rubber, good quality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, and I guess just to like kind of close this little thing out, um, the whole reason we do this is because Jesus is
That
the
makes sense.
greatest.
Yeah.
Like he is relationship with him and knowing him is I believe the oops oops I believe is the most important thing in this whole entire life. It's the reason I would go out and share the gospel is because the message of the gospel changed my life
Mm.
forever. It's changed Sam's life. It's changed countless people that I know, and and he's real. He's real, and we want to be able to introduce people to relationship with him, and and ultimately allow our lives um, to bear his image and to represent him well and
That's amazing.
be be ambassador
Right.
representatives
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
Jesus. So
If you're a non-believer watching this, thank you for watching this video up to this point.
yeah,
We're so grateful, like, to be able to have these conversations where it could potentially open your eyes to what a relationship with God looks like, because it's so real, it's so intimate, and I feel like everybody should not just experience it, but like live in abundance.
Yeah, live in all that he's
Live
paid
in
for.
everything.
He doesn't want you to just pray a prayer
Right.
and go to heaven one day. He wants heaven to actually invade you now.
Yes.
Like he wants to live in your heart.
That's
He
awesome.
wants to be your father. And he wants to show you what being a son or a daughter looks like.
Right.
Yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to touch on. I can't even remember what it was. I just, yeah, for an unbeliever, I guess, and for believers, one of the things we're going to focus on is trying to unpack misconceptions, things that people believe to be true about Jesus but are actually false. Like, yeah, just important truths about Jesus that have been misrepresented
Mm-hmm.
or shared in a wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we're going to unpack, like, I don't know, I don't really need to talk about this, but like language in terms of, I try to be very intentional about the things I say, because words have power. And there's certain language in following Jesus and in the church that people can use that can be like almost difficult to understand.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand it, it's like, oh my goodness, like what is this? This person sounds really spiritual or
Yeah.
really holy, and I'm not there. But I think I think oftentimes even people use that language and they don't even know what it means.
That's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
I've used that language at times and then been challenged and been like, wow, like God has challenged me. Like, why do you say that? Do you know what that means? And yeah, so we're gonna try to just simply explain to you in a way for everybody, like who Jesus is, what he's all about, and why he is the greatest ever,
Amazing.
to be on this earth. And
That's the truth.
yeah,
That's the living truth.
yeah, man.
So, yeah, and then to add on top of all of that, like, we'll be talking about testimonies and just getting to meet people and that come on the show and just hearing how, like, God has just changed their lives and their perspectives on any question that Jake's has for them. So that's really all the podcast is about. We wanted to just take some time to connect with you after a couple episodes have been out now, to kind of just explain in depth, like, what our podcast is and how we got here, and
Yeah,
for you guys to just understand. And if you guys have any recommendations of anything you guys ever want to see or hear us talk about, you can always just
100%.
contact us. Our contact is in the link tree on our Instagram.
My lips are so dry. Sorry, dog. I'm trying to like speak here and my mouth is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can find all our information on the
Not
link.
that, not that. Sorry, I don't know why I interrupted and
That's
said
all
that.
good.
Yeah, okay.
That's all good. This guy. Yeah, you can find all the information on the link tree. Yeah, so thank you for joining us today on this.
Yeah, and we want to have fun.
Yeah,
That's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna have fun, because following Jesus is fun.
it's amazing.
And yeah, if people say it's not fun,
It's the highlight.
then they
of our
really
day.
don't. They probably don't know Jesus, because he's like the most fun. He's the funnest, even though that's not a word. He is.
And one more thing before we close out, I gotta mention the shirt.
Yeah,
You gotta
okay,
mention the
sure.
shirt.
I love this shirt. So through podcasts that I've been watching, one of them is Bryce Crawford. Shout out to Bryce. We would love to have you on at some point. Just love your heart for God,
Email us,
man.
please. Email us, please. Email us
Yeah,
back.
please email
We sent you
us.
an email.
Yeah,
Just joking.
but even if you don't, that's okay. We'll rejoice in heaven together someday. But the shirt says, "I love Jesus. Jesus loves you," and yeah, it's just true. It's just awesome.
We got some pretty exciting stuff coming up really, really soon. So stay in touch, follow, subscribe, and tell everybody about Jesus.
Maybe we'll come out with our own merch one day.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Plan.
I'm laughing. I don't believe it, but maybe we will.
Maybe.
Maybe we will.
All right. What's the thing? Like this?
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
No, let's do it.
It never works, man.
No. Come on.
Okay.
All right.
3. I don't gotta count down. Just do it.